Now, I wanted to ask how the African Union Commission is working together with International IDEA, the co-hosts of this year's annual Democracy Forum 2014 here in Botswana. What projects are you working together on in terms of democracy, sustainable resource management, and other issues?
I would say the two institutions have signed a memorandum of understanding about 3 years ago
Right.
on how IDEA International can support the African Union Commission
Right.
in its campaign to promote democracy and good governance in Africa. IDEA International, in fact, been very helpful in providing technical support and also to some extent also financial support in the area of electoral management and processes within the African Union Commission.
And I just wondered about the new governance structures within the AU Commission. How will it help countries, your member countries, to become more truly democratic?
Before I answer the question, let me just say that Africa is fairly a young continent, especially after the liberation of Africa. We are just celebrating 50 years, 50 years of liberation. And during that period, Africa was quite busy indeed liberating the continent. So the concept of democracy and governance was not really an issue at that time. But 50 years later, and especially now after the transformation of the Organization of African Unity to the African Union, the issues of democracy, governance, accountability, transparency, promotion and protection of human rights became well rooted in the policy documents of the African Union. The Constitutive Act is very clear in supporting democratization in Africa, promotion of democracy and good governance. We have so many other instruments also. They do support that direction of the African Union Commission, and also our member states are very supportive of that as well. Why democracy is very important for the African people? Well, it is part and parcel of the African shared values, and therefore the African people cannot live under regimes that are not really democratic, and we have seen it in some African countries, especially in North Africa.
Yes.
We have seen it now recently in West Africa, and unfortunately, when it happened in North Africa, we were not given the credit. Instead of calling it the African Spring, it was called the Arab Spring.
Yes.
And now, when it happened in Burkina Faso, Africans were not given the credit. It was also called the Sub-Saharan Spring. And I think the issue of democracy and good governance is well rooted in our shared values, and it is part and parcel of our African shared values. That is why the Africans, with no exceptions, are very concerned about the need to promote democracy and good governance in Africa.